The Penguins are gonna come get them. Did you know I named free-to-play players are now Penguins?
That's a
Did you get?
great name, dude.
Do you know why?
No.
Well, 100% because I have Promiscuous Penguin, the stuffed animal that I throw around, but also because whales. What are whales? Killer whales, orcas. What do they eat? They eat penguins. Whales eat free-to-play. I'm telling you, dude.
It's time for penguins to start killing whales.
I'm telling you, dude. The whales have had it too good for too long. The penguins, these free-to-play
penguins had access to guns.
Dude, look at you.
Whales would be in trouble.
Whales would be in trouble. This penguin has a gun.
Whales
I'm
are in
telling
trouble.
you, whales are in trouble.
That's what I've been saying about all my GACs. GLs are in trouble. That's why I set them all on defense. I'm like, they can all be beat by everything.
Yeah. Well, if they can all be beat by everything, why are you setting them on defense? They're just going to get beat by stuff.
Well, because some people don't know that. Some people are just like, when they see it, they freak out. Like, I'm playing the mind games right now with my opponent. Like, I'm just like, 6 GLs, you only have 4 on offense, so in your mind, you can only beat 4. You know, what are you going to do? But
that's what I'm saying is, like, the entire, like, my whole, like, presence on YouTube can be summed up as early game, mid game, free to play players. How do we beat people who spend money with larger accounts, right? Especially in GAC.
I love that.
That's everything that I've ever done. All of my complete body of work is summed up in that. So all of my time over the last couple years has been like singularly focused on that as my dog screams in the background. The penguins are going to hunt and kill the orcas, baby. Whales, 0. Penguins, massive PP march.
And I'll add on to that too, because I'll say, like, that's probably one of the things I hate the most about some of the top some of the top content creators, is they get in this, they get stuck in their own little bubble, and I'm a victim of this too sometimes, where I'll get in my bubble and I don't remember what it's like to be like 3, 4, 5, 6 million, because, like, how can you? I mean, like, some people have multiple accounts, but, like, that's different though, because they cater their other accounts to be like their best account. So it's like, even though they're 5 or 6 mil, they're not in that mindset. And I don't know, they just approach GC differently, and they sell their content differently. And I'm just like for me, I could not do what you do, because I'm not there. I'm not at that level. It's different. It's a different game. It's a different game. I forget who said this, but, like, someone said, and I love this analogy. Someone said, like, you know, once you get all your GLs in Starkill or whatever, GSC becomes a chess match.
I said that. You fucking
said
idiot.
that. Sorry. I don't know who said that. I'm sorry. But I love that analogy because it's so true. Because when you don't have all your GLs, it's like a chess match where you might have a couple extra rooks, or you might be missing a queen. Your opponent has 3 queens. You know, it's not a fair match. And I'm sorry, I didn't know you said that.
You're plagiarizing me. What's that meme from The Office? It's like you miss 100% of the shots. You don't take Wayne Gretzky, Michael, whatever the fuck his last name is on the show. Out here
Michael
stealing
Scott.
quotes. Michael Scott. Yeah. No, but like, I stand by that. As like, I will admit that, like, I will probably lose all of my GACs to these high-end players because they have all of the skill playing in that arena. That's why if I did speed GAC, I would get shit on. Like, I would actually, if it was 20 minutes speed GAC, I would probably destroy everyone because I have a secret strategy that I've talked about with 2 people. They've all agreed that it's the best strategy ever, and that no matter
set ships.
No, seriously, like, not the ship defense, but, like, literally, it is the greatest 20-minute speed GAC strategy in human history. It would guarantee 100% win rate. I have a couple of friends in the top 10 of GAC. They've all said that it is the best speed 20-30 minute GAC strategy that exists. I'm not going to leak it because just in case they invite me on next time. But, like, I would get shit on because I haven't built up the skill in the chess match. I'm playing a different game. I'm playing, you know, checkers versus chess, or I'm playing like I said in a previous video that we did, with less queens or less pawns or whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, like, I could never compete with them. So that's why I try to stay out of, like, oh, this is how you should mod your blah, blah, blah. Because if you notice, every time I do a modding video, I bring on Fatal or Zareth or Arnold or whoever, or you when we talked about bounty hunters. I bring on the people who are in the trenches, the experts at these specific things. And that's why I stay in the, how can you be an early to mid game player and farm up all your stuff and be more competitive than the people at your level or above now that the GAC matchmaking sucks without spending money or without, you know what I mean? How can you use your limited resources to punch up, I'm in GAC where all my opponents are 3+ million more GLs, better ships. And like it literally came down to placing only fleets on defense. And for a month it worked, and now I've gotten to the point where that doesn't even work. And I'm just SOL because I've reached. But like that's the goal that I have for every player, is to get the most out of your account with the APGAINS Improved Farming Strategy, so that instead of being in fucking Chromium 3, you're in a Rhodium 2. Yes, your opponents are all way outclassing you, but you're sitting there, you're making more crystals, and you're still winning. Like, that's the whole point for 90% of the player base and for you even, it's probably, what are you, like 7 something, 8 million GP?
Dude, I'm pushing 9 in about a week.
Okay, but let's say you were 6 or 7 million GP. You would have to be focused on how am I going to beat the 9, 10, 11s? Like, how am I going to beat Loki's account? Right? You're pushing 9.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no... I think once you get to this point, like, if I get put up against a 10 or something like that, or 10.5, like, there's just no
hope.
Like,
yeah.
There's no hope because it's a simple equation of they have more than I do.
Yeah. Well, it's always that equation. It's always the equation of they have more. It just changes what that more is. That goes from being teams to mods, or whatever that may be, or relic numbers. But there's always going to be that disparity. Oh my god, I'm brain dead.
I'll look up the word right now.
Why? Oh my god, I can't. I've had too many fucking disparity.
How many chocolate milks have you had? Are you
Dude,
okay, sir?
I've had like 700 brown claws.
Disparity.
Yes.
Regard or present as being of little worth.
That's not the definition I thought it meant. But basically, apparently, you're always going to have less, right? But how can you do more, right? For a lot of players at 9, 10 million GP, it's going to be mods. For most players, it's going to be characters. In the mid-game, it's going to be ships.
Yes.
Like, there's always something that you could do to take advantage of a very specific part of your account to be better than people at your account. And that used to be, that used to consist of being number 1, being Kyber top 100, top 10 at your GP bracket in the old system, where all of my disciples were, being in that upper echelon of your bracket. And now it's just getting a fuck ton of crystals because you're climbing way higher than you should. All right?
Yep.
So that is where I've devoted like my singular focus. And that's why when people say that it doesn't work or it's a bad idea, I take offense to that, because I've spent the last couple years and have thousands of people as, people to show for it. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's too egotistical. Maybe I need to like stick something up my butt and come back down to earth. I am the proverbial... Oh, okay. I was going to say, I'm the proverbial Icarus. I have flown too close to the sun.
I was going to say I flew too close to the butthole, but yeah.
Maybe.
That too.
Maybe this is the Patreon exclusive. Maybe that's the OnlyFans exclusive.
Maybe. Wow, you have multiple layers of exclusivity. I like that.
Dude, yeah. There's just another nightclub. There's another VIP section.
You'll never win. You'll never beat APGAINS exclusivity. There's always something else behind.
There's always another paywall. I'm CG, bro. There's always another paywall.